Hello, welcome back to Al Talks. This podcast I started 3 years ago to chronicle me starting stand up. This podcast is a weekly podcast. It comes out once a week, and this is just a small little introduction video into the podcast. So, down below in the description of each episode, you can go to my link tree and find links to everything connected to me. This podcast is available on YouTube, which you're watching it on right now, and also on Spotify. But yeah, that is just a small introduction into this podcast and everything that goes along with it. But I think that's pretty much it, because I'm pretty sure this computer will probably explode very soon. This is quite a long episode, and also, people, please listen to the entire episode. I do, like I said, I'm a comedian with an ego. Don't make me cry. It has been a strange couple of weeks in terms of comedy, ups and downs. Hello, welcome back to the podcast. I am back in my room, so we get kind of a long format podcast. What do I want to talk about? I want to talk about somebody I've mentioned on the podcast loads of times before, but yeah. Okay. There's three topics I have written in my notes that I want to talk about, and I'll cover two of them in this one because of what happened with. I think it's a good idea to just cover them at this time, also because of what happened with fucking. What was I gonna say? Me bombing at Giggles and what I've been doing lately as well. So finally getting to read this wonderful book. It's quite a sad story. Like, I mean, I've over the years, I've listened to Joey Diaz talking his multiple podcasts and whatnot. So, I've heard these stories, but it's just, I don't know why it gets, I'd be getting real emotional reading this stuff. Because some of it is, similar to my life. Not like the being a criminal and robbing and the cocaine and what else, but just kind of a lot of bereavement and stuff like that. But, it's a great read. I don't know what page I'm on at the moment. I'm on page 111, and there is 244 pages. So, I'm halfway through, if you want to call it that. But yeah, Joey Diaz is kind of slowly easing himself back into comedy now. He's been going to a lot of open mics, He's basically going back to grassroots, how you start comedy. Because people always, I was at Richie Bree's solo show at the weekend, or Wednesday. I'm recording this on Friday, so this is 2 days later. But yeah, it was at Richard B. Show's. They got talking to the people sitting beside me at the comedy show, and they were asking, how would you start in comedy? I was like, just go to open mics, What the fuck is this? Okay, that's weird. I'm sure it's fine. I hope it's fine, because otherwise I'm gonna lose my shit. But yeah, so he was, you go to open mics. That's how you start comedy, and there's no this. How will I explain? There's no prerequisite stuff you have to do. Just anyone can go up and do it, and plenty of people do, and I have seen it and stuff. And yeah, so it's, but Joey Diaz. The computer is not happy. Why is it not happy? This fucking computer. Anyway, it's. Please don't fucking break. Please. Seems to be okay. Anyway, what was I going to say? What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so like well, the note I had written down in my phone for this podcast episode, or just an episode in general, was like Joey Diaz showing up to an open mic, and imagine if you're like starting out comedy in the US, and then all of a sudden like Joey Diaz rocks up to do like a 5-minute spot at the open mic. I personally, because I've been listening to his podcast for years, and look, just trying to take his advice in and stuff like that, I would personally just lose my fucking mind because he's a big influence in my life. And reading that book, like I said, I've heard the stories before, but just kind of, I don't know, I'd seen like reading it on paper and whatnot, kind of I suppose it being immortalized, because essentially that's what it is Joy's story being immortalized. And like you kind of see, because like it took him a long time to write the book, and to kind of see what the hell is going on with this computer. Right, are we fine now? Ay. What? Why don't things just work? But it's fine. Nothing's gonna explode. I don't think it's fine. My encoder's going crazy. Hold on, give me a second. Not happy, but anyway. This episode might be a little bit weird, video image wise, but I think it should be okay on sound. We'll see. Anyway, and so like the his story being immortalized in the book is really cool. Like, and people down the line, like he's writing another book about comedy. This book, it's his life story essentially. It's not like I haven't gotten to the parts where he starts comedy, but it's like if you know Joey Diaz's story in the book, I'm to the point where he's in Colorado, and he's moving up to Snowmass and then Aspen and all of that. This is just before he gets arrested for that kidnapping. What's his name? The guy he kidnapped, I forget. But I don't know why I'm laughing. It wasn't funny, but he made it funny. But it really got me thinking. But the big thing is, like, I would completely lose it if Joey Diaz showed up and like, obviously he's not showing up at an open mic in Ireland, but if you live in the US, that would be just very, you'd fucking, I'd lose my shit anyway. Before I go on to the next topic, I got some new hardware. I got if I can find the box, which I should because it's right fucking there. I got a new camera. I got this little motherfucker. I got a Razer Kyo with a ring light, an adjustable ring light, because I think I'll get an additional ring light as well for streaming, but for now I think it's cool because it's built into the camera, and so a bit of tech upgrade as well. In the future, I think this is way down the line because it's expensive, like €550. The company that makes this microphone, when all the stuff rolled, like this company here, they have a four-way mixer. Like I am using a Focusrite Scarlett Solo at the moment, but the Rode one has like a thing for buttons for like streaming and stuff, and it connects up to four microphones. So that's, they'd be great for guest episodes stuff. But like I said, it's €550. That's a lot of money. If you'd like to financially contribute to this, so I can buy this piece of equipment. Again, why am I laughing at this? This is serious. But down below you can go to buy me a coffee and give me money so I can buy coffee. Buy this equipment if you want, or you could message me to buy merch, which I have. Al Talks merch right here. I'm not sponsored by Razer, so YouTube don't go mad, or Spotify, because I'm on both platforms now. Speaking of Spotify, actually, Rogan renewed his contract with Spotify, but the podcast isn't Spotify exclusive anymore. It's like for another 3 years, and apparently it's worth $250 million. So Mr. Rogan is very, very rich for the rest of his life, because his initial contract last 3 years ago was 100 million rumored. Now, and now he's after getting another 250 million. So he'd be a very happy man. Well, I would be anyway. What other thing did I want to talk about? If you had watched a comedy vlog, then you would have seen I did really, really well at Cheeky Monkey Comedy Club. Actually, one of my co-workers came with me to that gig, and after the gig he said, "You were really good, I really enjoyed that." And I was like, "Thanks." What's this? A thing. But this, I'm already at 10 minutes, but like I said, this would be a bit of a longer video, because I have been doing shorter format once while my room has been painted, which is this grey colour now. What the hell is all this shit? Room has just been painted and I'm after finding dirt on the walls. I don't know what that dirt is or where it came from. Anyway, I'll have to clean that up. Yeah. So, as you well know, I performed terribly a couple of weeks ago. Like I said, I wasn't overly happy with it, because obviously, in my notes, what I wrote was, comedians have an ego. And what it really boils down to is the fact that, sorry, I'm just fixing this. What it boils down to really is the fact that, when I write, these are just my thoughts. Computer is not happy, and neither am I now. Stop fucking. Give me a second. I think what the problem is that this camera is it shoots 60 frames per second, and I don't think the computer's happy with that. But you know what, computer? Fuck you, computer, because I'm in charge and I want you to record this. Yeah, I'm getting the frame. At the moment, it's recording as 15 frames a second. Like I said, it's capable of 60. So now it's 4. Fantastic. But anyway, we shall continue. So hopefully the audio is good and just the video looks weird, which I don't. Anyway. So yeah, comedians have an ego. It's the reason we get so upset when we bomb is because this is because essentially it's personal. You put your heart and soul into writing these jokes. Every joke I write, I always try and find the funny in it, and if it doesn't work out, you kind of get upset because it's at the start, I wrote differently at the start, obviously, because you learn what's funny and how to structure things properly and whatnot, and you kind of how will I explain it? It's just over time you learn more things. Like, obviously when you're starting something off, it's uh, like when you start something off, you're not going to be great at it straight away. You take time to learn and improve and whatnot. Well, you're supposed to anyway. Some people don't, but I like to think I've gotten better over the years of doing comedy, because I am coming up, like this August will be 5 years of me doing comedy. Hopefully, the next 2 or 3 years, I'll get to do a big project, which I won't really talk about. Or what I talk about, I don't know. It's still in the works. It's it's a big special, though. I'm going on Netflix. It'd be cool if my special was released on Netflix, but I am working towards that. That's every comedian's dream, and like that's why it's you put your, because it is personal, because it's something that you crafted, and then it's it sometimes can be the audience as well, but that saying, a bad tradesman blames his tools. It's Comedy is weird in the sense that it's instantaneous reaction response, and like you're doing well or not because it's right there in front of you. Essentially. And if you get cricket silence like I did at the Giggles gig, which was, and to be honest, like I don't really know why a lot of people didn't laugh. Like, is this broken? No, it's not. Okay, sorry if I'm messing with the blind, but I thought it was broken. Like I said, this room just got done. I'm just gonna stop touching that in case it does break. But and yeah, like with the Giggles gig, like I've looked over, like I recorded it. Should I release to the internet 5 minutes of silence? It was near silence. It was like I said, it was about 10 seconds of laugh. People laughed for about 5 seconds, another 5 seconds. It was like fantastic. You might as well have not have fucking laughed at all, because it went that bad. What the hell is this? This is like, sorry for getting distracted, but it's just I've looked over the stuff, and it's just like, it's not okay. The first joke didn't work because I written it in such a way. I thought it would be funny, but it wasn't. So that's on me. But the other stuff is like, it's not. I don't know. It was I don't know why. Like, we got a strange response. It was, some of it was old material that I did well in the past, especially in Giggles. Because I would have been a fairly regular performer at Giggles. Like, a lot of it's just, and it could have been a lot of factors, but it just boiled down to the fact that he didn't do well, and it really hit me hard. Like that, before Christmas not last year, the year before that. The 5 gigs I did before Christmas, I bombed 4 of them. And the reason I didn't bomb the 5th one is because the new material, I didn't do the new material I was working on, because I was like, I don't want to head into Christmas with 5 gigs in a row bombed, which was terrible. But, so kind of now, I'm more of an insight, I suppose, into that. How will I say, terrible gig that I did. Well, terrible for me. It was a great gig itself. Like, Giggles was always very good. And I think that's it, really. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't care anymore. No. Yeah, I think that's it, really. And that's it. Is it fini? And yeah, I think that's it, really. Also, actually, before I go, like, Uncle Joey, like, we call him Uncle, but well, I don't. People, that's the moniker he gives himself. He also says, like, if you ever see me in the street, don't be like Mr. Diaz, motherfucker, or cocksucker. That's what Joey sounds like. I've told you before that the guy who I'm not sure if he still produces his podcast, but I think he does. Michael Klein. Early on, when I started the podcast, I was having a couple of technical problems with YouTube and whatnot, and I reached out to him, and he actually helped me out. And we talk every now and again at Christmas and whatnot. I send him, a happy Christmas message, and I think it's just really cool the fact that his producer, like, helped me out with the podcast and stuff. Now, I messaged Joey as well, but he didn't respond because, he's got a million followers, and I'm not sure if he does his social media account himself or not, or if someone does it for him. So, there's that. But, kind of to summarize, yeah, comedians have an ego because there's stuff we write is personal. That's why we get upset. Because comedy is an art form. Like, I was the night of the Cheeky Monkey show. I was with one of my coworkers. We were in a bar, and there was a man like in Dublin during the day around Temple Bar area. There was always musicians playing, so the tourists go in, have a drink, and listen to them, and. Hardly anybody was paying attention to him at the bar, but he's just he still played, he gave it his all, still performing. And I turned around to my coworker and I said, I was like, I feel bad for him because, hardly anyone is paying. Look, you can see the ring light reflection in my eye. Look, it looks like I'm a cyborg. It's like the Terminator, actually. Look. We can get it back, look. And your boots, your motorcycle, and your sunglasses. But yeah, I was like, because comedy is an art form where you need the audience 100% attention. And I've done gigs in a pub like that where kind of, half people paying attention and whatnot. So it was kind of, I felt really bad for him, I felt his pain. It is disheartening. And it's disheartening and it's not nice, but it does happen. So, what can you do? Apart from cry. No. But I think that's pretty much it, because I'm pretty sure this computer will probably explode very soon. This is quite a long episode. And also, people, please listen to the entire episode. I do, like I said, I'm a comedian with an ego. Don't make me cry. It has been a strange couple of weeks in terms of comedy, ups and downs. Where is my comedy notebook? The new one. Think I'm up on 8 gigs so far this year. First giggles, I did okay. The Columbia Comedy Club Mullingar gig was very good. Like I said, I put down a heckler 3 times. Great success. Why does it say I did bad at the Cheeky Monkey? I started putting letters. I don't know if I could this way. Look, I started putting letters beside the gigs. So beside that Cheeky Monkey, I had B. Oh, because it was kind of it was. I was still rewriting one of the jokes, and I just started bombing. I don't know why it wasn't doing well. It kind of pissed me off, to be honest. Then I went upstairs to the circle session, did a different set, and it was great. Show Me the Funny was good as well. I didn't get as it was a good gig because I enjoy those gigs, and I'm really comfortable on that stage. I don't know why. Probably because it's a great gig. The N2O was kind of the same because I was still struggling with that joke, but I did get a huge laugh out of people because there was. I'm not gonna go into what I said because I might get in trouble. No, I'm not going in trouble, but it's just funny what I said. It's because I am funny. And then for the giggles gig that I wrote BNG. NG means no great, but in this case it means no good. And then that cheeky monkey gig, which was, like I said, fantastic. Redeem myself. I'm gonna put VG beside that. Very good. So yeah. So like I said, next week maybe I'll get to do Smithfield Creatives, because they've, like I said, they've gone weekly now, and it's sign up on the night, whereas before you had to book a gig in advance, which is great for me because we're like busy schedule and whatnot. And so yeah, so please, if you want to support me financially so I can get buy a Rode thingy to improve this podcasting and then get more microphones, more stuff. About this nice new camera, which is cool. I like it. Actually, it does light up pretty well because it has adjustable settings, so I could turn it down. That's it, turn down, and you can see the improvement. It's pretty good. I wish it was a little bit brighter, but like I said, I'll probably get an additional ring light to stick it on somewhere, so my entire face will be lit up like the Christmas sky. Don't know why I'm doing weird voices. Well, not weird voices, but just voices. This episode's nearly half an hour long, and I'd like you to listen to all of it, please, because it's important stuff that I'm saying. I think it's important anyway. But yeah, that's it anyway. I hope you enjoyed recording this. I certainly did. Except the computer issues. I do think though that because this camera is really cool and good, that it is certainly pushing my computer to the limits, but that's that anyway. So as per usual, thanks for listening, thanks for watching.